Is here. Lady Cats and Wildcats, their entire seasons have built up to 1 week, and realistically it's all built up to 2 days, as tonight the Lady Cats play their opening game of the 13th district tournament as the top seed, undefeated in the district this season, against the Russellville Lady Panthers. Tomorrow the Franklin Simpson Wildcat basketball team will take on Russellville in a 2-3 matchup. It'll be the second game of the night that will decide the final team out of this district that makes their way to Diddle Arena for the region tournament. The goal this week, yes, to win the district, but to win this first game so that your season survives to the region tournament. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Tavius Babb after a week away that turned out to be just one game away for TB. And of course, the time he dips out on me, the Wildcats go into double overtime against Glasgow on the road. The Lady Cats, though, got a bit more than they thought they were going to. A 7-point lead at halftime against a Glasgow team that had only won 4 games in the regular season coming into that matchup. The Lady Cats eventually pull away with a 20-3 third quarter. But TB, the last time we were here on this floor, Logan County gave Franklin Simpson all that they could handle, led by as many as 9 in the third quarter, nearly gave Franklin Simpson their only district loss of the last 2 seasons. So the goal becomes clear now for the Lady Cats in this district tournament. They've had the tests that we've talked about. They've had the challenges that we've talked about. They've got to take care of business and make a statement this week.
Yeah, I think the big thing is now it's just straight domination. We kind of talked about it. You know, I've heard over the course of the NFL season that the Chiefs are leading up practicing regular season games to get to that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is the Lady Cats now. They're done practicing, for lack of better words, and they're here to dominate and really just get through this district so they can really make that run through regionals.
This is the 3rd straight year these two teams have played in the opening round of the 13th district tournament. 2 years ago, Russellville stunned Franklin Simpson. It's the only time the Lady Cats haven't won the district tournament under head coach Ashley Taylor. Knocked out in the first round. Franklin Simpson got their revenge and then some in a blowout at Russellville in the opening round last year. Tonight, the Lady Cats look to handle business once more as Coach Taylor this week tries to make it 4 district championships in 5 years here at Franklin Simpson. Already has tallied up over 100 wins at the helm during this time against this district. She is 37-2 overall. Notably, though, one of those 2 losses being that district tournament loss to Russellville 2 years ago that taught these Lady Cats, when it comes to this district tournament, you cannot overlook anyone. It's a bit of a different schedule here tonight with the district tournament. The entire rosters for both sides have to be announced. That means that we're ahead of schedule for the national anthem. It's on the way, so we'll step away. When we come back, we'll continue to get you set for this opening matchup of the 13th District Girls Basketball Tournament between Franklin Simpson and Russellville here on 92.3 WFKN. All right.
Looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Needed 20 points in the game against Glasgow to get that mark. She got exactly 20 points in that game against Glasgow on Friday. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb as TB will look back on that game that allowed Franklin Simpson to finish the season 8-0 on the road. They're 8-0 at home this year. Both of their 2 losses coming on neutral floors this season. Risha, it wasn't a classic dominant performance to get to those 20 points. In fact, the last 2 came inside the final minute and a half of the ball game. Myself and Stephanie Savage, the official scorekeeper for Franklin Simpson, had to motion over to the bench. They took all the starters out and we're like, wait a second, hold on. Larisha's just 2 points away. Let's get this out of the way so that she doesn't have to worry about it going into the district tournament. She records double-double number 5 in a row for her career now. We talk about career numbers, 2,000 points, fantastic. 60 career double-doubles, 19 of them this season, but perhaps the bigger story that comes out of this game, and you got to see it against Todd County Central with Chloe Smith. She's now had 2 double-doubles in the last 3 games. She was dominant against Glasgow. Season high 17 points to go along with 11 rebounds. That was a team high. Larisha had 10 to get her double-double. She continues to assert herself down the stretch, and we've talked about this many times throughout the season. She is going to have to be maybe not the most dominant player on the floor, but Batman is going to need their Robin, and more often than not, that's going to be Chloe Smith.
Yeah, we've talked about it with the boys team of coming on at the right time at the right time of the season, getting hot, and that's what Chloe has done in this latter half of the season, really turning up the production. Defensively, she has always been a constant there, and so for this Lady Cat team, as they try to progress through these tournaments, she and Vanessa Ray are going to be very pivotal pieces in the success for these Lady Cats, obviously outside of Larisha Cawthorn.
Chloe and Larisha both named to the all-region teams today. Vanessa's got something to play for. She was snubbed from those teams, and I've already said my piece about it, but just grand theft robbery that she was not put onto any of those teams, averaging 9 points per game. The numbers don't do her justice. The numbers don't do anybody on this team justice because of the margin that they win games by. Only had 8 points, though, in that game against Glasgow. Struggled from the floor, just went 3 for 13 from the field. She's shooting just 6 for 22 over the last 2 games. Had 10 the first regular season win against Russellville. For Franklin Simpson, put up 78 points in that game, winning 78-26. That was here on their home floor. The second game at Russellville, the Lady Cats win 65-27. In that game, Larisha scored her 1,000th point at Franklin Simpson. This a good opportunity. We've talked about this. You work out your kinks through the regular season district games tonight. You really want to piece it together for a dominant win.
Yeah, you want to put it all together. And though the lack of scoring has come from Vanessa Ray, I mean, we've seen her defensively be impact player on numerous accounts. Well, even in foul trouble, we've seen her play with 4 fouls and still have just a tremendous impact for this team. So if you're Franklin Simpson, you're coming into an environment where you're the heavy favorite. You're expected to win this game easily. You cannot let that get to your head. You need to play smart basketball and really take it to this Russellville team and put them away early.
Taking a look at the starting lineups. First for the Lady Panthers, 1-25 overall in the season. Didn't win any games within the district under third-year head coach Orlando Hayden, who led this team to a district championship in the 2022-23 season. That team was led by one Larisha Cawthorn. They have 4 guards, 1 forward, Mariah Mayweather, Madison Kimbrough, Mariah Boyd, and Legna Taylor make up the backcourt. The lone forward, Sanaya McCoy, notably their best player statistically, who is extremely young, just a 7th grader, Demaya Allen, averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds per game. That leads this team in both departments. Not starting here tonight, so we'll see how long she's on the bench to start this ball game. For Franklin Simpson, 23-2 on the season. Under 5th-year head coach Ashley Taylor, she's won 108 games to just 26 losses in her tenure. They go 3 guards, 2 forwards, the entire senior backcourt honored about an hour ago with senior night here tonight. Lanaya Brown, Jasmine Savage, and Vanessa Ray, and then the best front court duo this region has to offer. Chloe Smith, the junior, standing at 5'8", and then 5'11" senior Larisha Cawthorn. Larisha will go up for the tip for Franklin Simpson. She wins it, and Vanessa has possession first to start things for the Lady Cats. Nasia Nolan gets the start for Franklin Simpson. So it's a bit of a hybrid lineup. They pull Chloe out just to correct that, and that is for the sake of senior night, which I talked to Coach about up at Glasgow, she said, I don't really know how to figure that out. We've got 7 seniors, and you can only start 5 players. Ray gets it inside. 10-foot jumper, missed long, and it's rebounded by McCoy. Then it's taken right back by Lanaya Brown. Swings it out to Savage. Thought about a 3. Instead gives it back to Lanaya. Right corner, Nolan looks down low to Cawthorn. Goes to work against McCoy. Wraps baseline to Savage. A mid-range jumper, and she hits it.
And a good sight to see for her, getting her jumper early. I mean, she has always been an impact player. If she can get going early on, this team can really excel getting the ball to Larisha down low.
Jasmine's played here for 4 years, and she's now made 17 two-pointers. That's just a little short of her 159 threes. 2-0 Franklin Simpson as McCoy fires one up from the left side and banks it in over Cawthorn.
And I think if you're the Lady Panthers, your priority is to get shots up. This team is really hard to get shots up against, and so anything you can shoot up, I think you'll wind up taking.
Cawthorn drives, lost it, now sends it out to Savage and into the corner to Ray. Cross court, Nolan. On a drive and in the middle of the lane, she lost it off her own leg, and it's picked up by Kimbrough for Russellville. Off to Mayweather, who was their leading scorer in the backcourt, averaging 7.2 points per game. Entry pass gets away from McCoy, and Ray has it. Coach Savage telling the Lady Cats to run. Vanessa will never say no to that. Left side to Jasmine Savage, now up top Cawthorn. Back to Vanessa, right elbow jumper. Missed it off the left side, offensive rebound for Savage. Out to Cawthorn, left alone but doesn't take the 3, instead swings it over to Nolan. Fakes from the right wing down to the baseline. Brown drives, gets to the basket, and McCoy blocks it on the baseline. Out of bounds to stay with the Lady Cats.
And right now, this Lady Panther team playing really good defense. And right now, I mean, it's really anchored by number 24. Correct me, I think I have my name list here
I'll
wrong.
get you Sanaya McCoy down there.
There you go. She's really done a good job anchoring the defense right now in the middle of the paint.
She's got the best length on this team by far, as Brown is called for an offensive foul off the inbound, extending the arm into Mayweather, and Russellville fired up to start this ball game. As Talia Spencer and Sanaya Downey will check in, the other 2 seniors for this Franklin Simpson team. As Brown and Savage come out. 5:55 left opening quarter. We're tied up at 2. Again, these teams are coming in to play against Franklin Simpson.
And it's been a couple of slow starts for Franklin Simpson over some of the past few games, so you'd want to see them pick it up here in a couple minutes or so.
Left side 3, missed short by Kimbrough, and it's rebounded by Ray. Again, she'll run with it, darts it ahead. Downey on the left wing, gets inside, cut off on the baseline, wraps both ways, now gives it to Cawthorn. To Nolan on the right elbow, now pulls it back up top, and they'll reset offensively. That was really good transition defense from Russellville.
It was.
They're in a 2-3 zone now. Nasia Nolan gets it in the right corner to Cawthorn. Right block. Beautiful find to Spencer, and she's fouled from behind.
And again, it's the underrated passing by Larisha that set up that play. Cut down to the short corner, and when the ball gets down to her at that level, I mean, she can kind of make any play on the court that she wants to.
Talia's appeared in every game for Franklin Simpson. 18 points, 26 rebounds, had a career-high 7 of those rebounds against Russellville on the road as she misses the first of these 2 free throws. Lady Cats shooting 60% as a team this season, and that free throw shooting is what we talked about in that second game at Russellville. Went just 10 for 21 as a team. But Spencer makes the second, and the Lady Cats lead at 3-2. 5:15 left first quarter. Right side, Mayweather tries to get around Downey. Fires up a 3 from the corner. Missed it long, but McCoy gets the offensive rebound on the opposite side and then called for a double dribble.
And again, it's that mentality right now for the Lady Panthers. They don't want a repeat of what happened the last couple of games where they just couldn't get a shot off.
Yep.
Basically any available option they have, they're going to put the ball up.
That's been the biggest issue for them against Franklin Simpson. It's not shooting poorly. It's just not getting shots because of turnovers. And you're right. If there's even a glimpse, they're shooting it up. As far side deflection picked up by Mariah Boyd, who played really, really well against Franklin Simpson in that second matchup. Had 9 points to lead the Lady Panthers, despite going just 1 for 8 at the free throw line. Whereas a team, they made just 4 of their 14. Cawthorn gets it left block. Her layup misses long, and McCoy gets the rebound.
And that's McCoy's 3rd rebound. I mean, her height right now is really showing up in this game.
Mayweather right side against Nolan. Looks at the free throw line, now dribbles left. Downey switches on to her. Gets a screen, and now Ray picks up. tries to hit a cutting McCoy who chases down the pass into the right corner, and she double dribbled again after she collected it and then took a dribble. Didn't like the call, but it was the correct one. As now Brown, Savage, and Chloe Smith for the first time will check in for Franklin Simpson. Spencer, Downey, and Cawthorn come out.
And they have now finally brought in Demaya Allen, the 7th grader, to anchor that defense now in place of McCoy. And again, we've talked about it all season long for this Lady Panthers, right? Or excuse me, the last couple games. Turnovers have been a big issue. That's 4 turnovers in the first quarter.
And Larisha ended up staying in. Nasia didn't see it at first, but she came out of the ball game. So it is the starting 5 on the floor for the Lady Cats. Ray pressured on the elbow, gives it to Savage. Directing traffic, now gives it back to Nessa, who brings it to the top of the key. Halfway through the first quarter, it's just 3-2 Franklin Simpson. Cawthorn, baseline, left elbow, Brown. Off one dribble, fires up the jumper, left it short. Was it tipped? It was. So Franklin Simpson will inbound underneath.
And you know something I'm noticing, and I think this is something they've worked out, is whenever they're in this 2-3 zone, they're overloading one side of the court so that there's not enough players to guard all of the players.
Cawthorn gets the inbound, immediately goes to work in the middle of the lane, and that's unstoppable. Easy bucket for Risha.
And yeah, the ball's deadly when the ball's out under the basket. Getting the ball to her is pretty much a hands-on score.
Boyd on the baseline has it knocked away by Brown after Cawthorn nearly took it for Kimbrough. So Kimbrough will be the one to inbound underneath. She's the lone senior on this team that's made up mostly of middle schoolers. And we do see in for the first time their best player, Allen. She can't get an offensive rebound off a miss as Ray, out of control, gathers it back on the break and scores on the right block. Looked like she was going to turn it over, but found a way to regain control and drop it in.
And she's so fast that even in the kind of chaos, she can still outrun everybody on the court.
Well, thankfully lost it forward, so she was just able to run into it.
Exactly.
Kimbrough has it left side. Lady Cats now with a 5-point lead. Savage switches on the screen. Pressuring in the corner. Kimbrough nowhere to go. Brown takes it away. Now she's tied up. And possession arrow will keep it with Russellville.
And again, it's attention to detail. We have Coach Savage over here telling them cut off this side of the court, make her go towards the baseline where the trap is. And again, that's just attention to detail that you need to continue to use as you go on in this game.
Kimbrough looking for an option, gets it into Allen on the block against Smith, fades away and hits it in the middle of the lane, was operating left to right and got it to go off the glass. We've been extremely impressed by her the 2 times we've seen her play. Very surprising to see her come off the bench. Cawthorn on the elbow, leaves it for Brown on the baseline, wraps around Allen, nice find to Smith, scores, took the bump. They didn't call it and she didn't care.
And right now the passing for Franklin Simpson has been superb to start off this game.
9-4 Lady Cats lead, 2.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. Brown comes to trap up top. Kimbrough couldn't control the pass. Cawthorn up with the steal. She's going to keep it herself in transition and drop it in.
And these are the kinds of starts that you want Franklin Simpson in the first quarter, where they are really just playing out in front of themselves.
Mayweather brings it across, now sends it over on the right side, then tries to pass it to the near. And by that, I mean she throws it to Jermaine Savage right beside us. And it's out of bounds to Franklin Simpson.
Hey, you were ready to catch that.
I was. I had the left hand out. I don't know if I was ready to catch it. I was ready to make contact with it. I don't, thankfully, have to know what the result actually would have been. Brown brings it across. Lady Cats up 11-4 early on. Smith at the free throw line. Perfect find to Cawthorn on the left block. Risha's already got 6, and Russellville takes the timeout. 1:53 left to go in the opening quarter. It's 13-4 now, Franklin Simpson. Really took a while for the Lady Cats to find their rhythm offensively. The defense has not been a problem, which is really good news when you look through the number. That's been the issue for the Lady Cats lately. 40 points was a mark that was almost impossible for teams in this region to hit through the first 9 region games. Only one team had done it. And now over the last 5, 4 teams have scored over 40, or at least 40. against Franklin Simpson. Now, one of those was the weird season high given up against Todd County Central with all the free throws that the Lady Rebels took and made in that ball game. But so far, while the offense hasn't been clean until the last couple minutes, the defense has held up its end of the bargain. And
even then, the offensively, as far as them running their sets, they have been pretty clean.
Yeah.
I mean, down there having Chloe wrap around Larisha, knowing that, hey, Larisha is that magnet on the court, that all eyes are on her. And again, the passing right now for Franklin Simpson has been quite amazing. I mean, they've assisted 3 of the 6 shots that have been gone in.
And it says so much about Chloe as a scorer that there she was able to function as the playmaker and draw the eyes of the defense away from Larisha Cawthorn. Back underway, errant pass stolen away by Smith to Cawthorn. Tried to get another big-to-big assist, but overthrew that one into the gymnastics padding.
And I think they were just a little antsy. They saw Larisha down the court, and you're like, oh, easy bucket.
Chloe coming off that 17-point, 11-rebound performance against Glasgow. She and Larisha combining in that game for 37 points and 21 boards. They try to get it to Allen down low. Cawthorn wraps around from behind to deflect it. Up ahead, Lanaya Brown gets powers through the defender and scores through Boyd. I was going to say she gets around. She didn't. She just ripped that ball away. Make it 15-4 Franklin Simpson. Brown pressuring Boyd up top. She wraps to her right. Tried to keep it on a drive to the basket and lost it off the knee and out of bounds.
The 9th turnover for the Lady Panthers. And right now, again, Franklin Simpson have been playing pretty much perfect basketball in this first quarter. Everybody doing their job. And we've seen some kind of defensive adjustments in this game, sending a double, or we call a blitz or a double team at half court when the ball crosses across half court, making Lady Panthers make smart decisions. And right now, they're just not able to do any.
Vanessa and Naja come in, Savage and Brown out. We tick under a minute left in the quarter. Lady Cats up by 11. Ray, top of the key, looks down low. Now gives it to Nolan on the right wing. Up top, pass deflected, but Smith comes up with it. Hits a cutting. Butler, her contested layup, misses short. Cawthorn hits the putback, and she's already got 8 points in this game. 17-4 Lady Cats lead. 40 seconds left in the quarter. And Ray just comes up and takes it away from Kimbrough. Smith crosses over, beats one defender, now leaves it off for Nolan. 30 seconds left. Smith, baseline, drives, bump, collects it, but then on the bounce, the ball hit the baseline, and it's back to Russellville. I think there Chloe just thought she was fouled, and the call never came in.
Yeah, I think she just kind of stopped and was waiting for something.
Kimbrough inbounds to Boyd, who will bring it up against Majayla Butler, who picks up a quick bump up top. And quickly her coaches tell her, you got to jump over to that spot. You want to cut her off. You know where she wants to go.
Yeah, you got to cut off the or not the baseline, but the side out of bounds line. Yep. Put your foot there and allow the double team to really trap her using the baseline.
Mayweather throws it away in a trap, another turnover. Ray up with it to Nolan, right block, scores it. I tell you, these seniors know what they're doing on senior night. They're all pouring it in. 19 now to 4 Franklin Simpson. Right side ball lost by Mayweather in a double team with 0.7 of a second on the clock.
12 turnovers in this first quarter, many of them forced by this Lady Cat team.
Smith darts it into Cawthorn. She's got a chance. Missed it off the left side. Had it about 8 feet off the left wing. Was a clean look at the horn, but couldn't connect. It was a tight one through 2 minutes, and the Lady Cats take over from there. 19-4, Franklin Simpson leads after one on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
(19-4) is the Franklin Simpson lead over Russellville after one. The Lady Cats and Lady Panthers both got off to slow starts offensively. Russellville was locked in on the defensive end, but Franklin Simpson has blown this game open and have a 15-point lead as we get the second quarter underway. Downey had it down low, lost it, but Ray able to collect just inside the right elbow, and she's fouled trying a jumper.
And again, that's just caused by the we talked about Steph Curry having this gravity in the NBA. That's what Larisha has kind of anywhere when she's on the court, especially down under the arc as the first free throw goes in. Every eye's on her. People kind of naturally gravitate towards her. And so when you have a cutting player, you're able to find open people really easily.
Jasmine Savage comes in for Sanaya Downey. Lanaya Brown will check in for Vanessa Ray if she makes the free throw. This Lady Cat team has 7 seniors, and 6 of them have already scored in this game. As Vanessa makes the second free throw, the only one not to score yet is Sanaya. And you know she's going to hunt that, especially with the way that we saw this bench play against Russellville when they came here in January. Every player on the bench for Franklin Simpson scored. And now the Lady Cats lead at 21-4. Right side Mayweather picked up by Brown. She tries to pick up her dribble, walked with it, but before they call it, Brown took it away from her anyway, and then she's bumped from behind in transition. Coach Taylor wants it to be an intentional foul.
And on that defensive play, I mean, she was just kind of like frustrated because she couldn't shake Lanaya Brown.
So Lanaya will inbound. First foul called on Mayweather. They haven't called many fouls in this game. Smith gets it in the corner. Right back to Brown on the right block. Her shot blocked the first time by Allen. Tries to go back up with it again, but she's bumped on the floor, and they call that one against the 7th grader Allen. Brown quickly inbounds to Cawthorn. She goes up over Allen. Another foul. Count the basket, and one.
Yeah,
Caught everybody off guard there.
Yeah, sometimes the easy play is just to jump it off, let Larisha go up and get it, and I mean that's exactly what she did.
They threw that one in. As soon as Lanaya got the ball from the official, she fired it into Risha, and Allen really didn't have any time to react. As Cawthorn makes the free throw as well, she's got 11 points already. She'll check out. Talia Spencer will come in. Allen with her 2 fouls will come out. Sanaya McCoy back in for the Lady Panthers. She's got 2 points. Allen the other 2. Franklin Simpson led by the 11 from Larisha. Vanessa Ray's got 4. And then 5 Lady Cats with 2 points. And Majayla Butler, or Talia Spencer, has 1 off a split pair of free throws. Boyd brings it across half court on a spin move. Off the trap, tries to go to Eliza Wilson, and she throws it away to Talia Spencer. Nearly lost it, but Jasmine Savage chases it down on the far sideline. Now Brown will bring it across half court. Right side, Nolan. Nasia averaging 4 points per game. Had the breakout performance against Todd County Central with 4 threes. It has made up most of that average for her. Did score 4 against Glasgow. All in the first quarter was huge for Franklin Simpson to spark the offense. As Smith holds it top of the key, now gives it to Lanaya. Looking into that zone. Right wing Savage to Brown. Left corner Nolan. Wide open for 3. Pushed it long. Smith with an offensive rebound. Goes back up with it. High off the glass and down.
And that's one of your all-region team players right there, making big plays down low.
And that's what she's got to do. Get that rebound and go up strong. Oftentimes she'll get those and then kind of fade away. That time went up with it and was able to score it about 2 feet above the square on the backboard is where it hit, and then just dropped through perfectly.
I think Kyrie called that a 6 zone on the backboard. Don't fact check me.
Boyd spins through a double team. That's the second time she's done that and had it knocked away. 2-on-1 for Franklin Simpson. Nolan keeps it herself to the right block. Contact. Again, they don't call it. And just like earlier, Nasia Nolan this time doesn't care and scores.
Yeah, these Lady Cats are really taking it to these Panthers down on the block.
Nasia has matched her season average again with 4 points, and Franklin Simpson is sprinting away with this game 28-4 with 5:52 left before halftime in the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all the players and coaches' eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb, and we said before the game, this is the performance we wanted to see. We did not see it for the first 2 minutes, but since then, this has been everything that you would want if you're Franklin Simpson.
Yeah, and I think, speaking of on the defensive side, I think the scheme has really kind of shown the way they're playing the double teams and that kind of stuff. Something interesting to note, that they're really playing disciplined basketball on the defensive end, not fouling a lot. Yeah. Getting in good position to steal the ball. And then obviously offensively, we've seen their sets run to perfection. We've seen Larisha play bully ball down low. We've seen Lanaya bully ball down low, Chloe, Nasia on that last play. And so all around, this team has really performed well.
Add it all up. It's a 28-4 lead coming out of the timeout. Chloe, Vanessa, Nasia now all with 4 points. Larisha Cawthorn with her 11 back in the ball game. On the season, she's averaging 21. That's 16th in the state. 22nd in rebounding at 11 per game. As Ligna Taylor in for Russellville. Didn't see her in the second matchup between these two teams. Averaging 2.5 points, 2 rebounds per game as an 8th grader. She's got it on the right wing, guarded by Brown, and called for a 5-second closely guarded. Lanaya gave her no space at all.
And that's like, I feel like this is like the subtle difference right now is most of the turnovers in the first quarter and into the second quarter was based upon scheme. That was just straight man-to-man defense.
Was. Brown tries to throw it over to Downey, but Sanaya just got caught looking for the next move and lost it through her hands.
And you could say the only thing that the Lady Cats have done wrong is turn the ball over this game. That's their fourth turnover of the game so far.
That's been another emerging issue, and a lot of them have been like that one where they're unforced. Taylor brings it across the right side, now sends it over near side to Boyd. Downey on her, spins left, gets to the corner, drives baseline. Spencer cuts her off, but she fires a jumper. Missed well long, but Kimbrough chases down the rebound in the opposite corner. Then Nasia Nolan knocks it out of her hands into the student section.
And that was the Lady Panthers' first shot of the quarter. I mean, and it's a tough shot. They really haven't been able to find any good shots.
They did such a good job in the first quarter of just getting those opportunities and firing up it at the first look.
Yep.
But the first look hasn't even shown up since then.
I mean, most of the time they're stuck either around half quarter on the baseline.
And here they turn it over off the inbound. Kimbrough throws it to Cawthorn. Larisha bounce pass left side to Ray. Right-handed layup, good, and one.
I mean, just talk about a fast break play to perfection with defenders all around you. I mean, that's just really good offensive basketball in the transition.
And Vanessa is, as I figured would be the case, playing like she wanted a spot on one of those region teams she didn't get. She missed the free throw. Cawthorn got it for a putback try. Her try misses. Butler had another chance at it. She can't convert, and then picks up a foul trying to take it away from Sanaya McCoy in transition. A lot of Sanayas in that sequence.
And I wonder if Franklin sticks to this kind of half-court pressure where they're going to send a double team when the ball gets closer to either side of the out of bounds on either side of the court. Right now, Franklin Simpson has just put on a masterclass as Vanessa almost nearly stole another ball away.
Ball goes into the right corner to Kimbrough. Down low, Wilson has it knocked away, saved it. Her pass deflected, nearly stolen again, but it'll stay with Russellville.
I mean, how many passes? I wish I should have counted from the beginning of the game how many deflections would have come, and I bet the number would be up in the teens for sure.
Inbound, high arcing one, and Ray goes up and steals it out of the air. Vanessa, a foot race chased down from behind. It was well defended initially by Mayweather, but nobody boxed out Cawthorn, and she scores another and one opportunity for Franklin Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the challenge is if you got to foul Larisha hard if you're going to foul her because she is just way too strong to kind of get those ticky-tack fouls down and under the basket.
LaRisha takes her dribble, spins it in the left hand, fires it up with the right, and swishes it home. She's 2 for 2 at the line now tonight. You can make it 22 for her last 26 that she's hit after going 16 for 19 in the win against Logan County, where she scored 22 straight points for Franklin Simpson. Lady Cats applying all their pressure again in the backcourt, and it results in a throwaway to Cawthorn. To Butler left block, and she's fouled. 2 free throws on the way for Majayla Butler.
Yeah, this second quarter has been all about transition offense for this Lady Cat team, and it all starts with the defense. So many steals. I mean, in this quarter, 7 turnovers for the Lady Panthers, and
Majayla's free throw took 2 bounces. I can tell you were waiting to say what it did. Like the pro you are, it hung up on the back of the rim and then fell off.
I think that's, the magic of my call on a shot attempt. But in this quarter right now, the Lady Cats 14-0 in the quarter, have not allowed a single basket. And Chloe Smith with an offensive rebound, puts it up, misses. And
now the ball's on the floor. They're both fighting for it. They've been quick to call those jump balls to try to keep there from being any scraps, and the arrow sends it to Russellville.
But again, I mean, rebounding the basketball, even with all the made shots, Franklin Simpson shooting 50%, winning that rebounding battle 11-5, and most of those on the offensive end with 9 offensive rebounds.
Right side, another trap set up, and the ball just has to be thrown out of bounds off of Ray. I mean, what do you do against this?
I don't know. I mean, I think you're going to have to move the ball quicker before you get across half court and try to keep Franklin moving without on-ball pressure, because right now Mayweather can't do it all herself getting the ball.
She needs help. She's really not getting help bringing it up. Nobody's coming up to help her out. Again, very young team. Mayweather, one of the more experienced players as an 8th grader, just because she played last year as a 7th grader, as it's thrown away back into the Franklin Simpson bench. I don't know what you do in this spot.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have more movement if you're Lady Panthers, right? The 4 players were standing free throw line or free throw line extended, and right now there's just no movement. Nobody's coming out to Mayweather. Nobody is setting a screen or doing any kind of action, and so that just allows Franklin Simpson's defenders to tee off at will.
We played just over half of this second quarter, and Russellville is yet to score. They've got 4 points in the game. It's 33-4. Savage on the left wing. Gives it up on the baseline. Nolan fakes once. Got the defender to slip and then called for a travel. Did a really good job to get around Denasia Kennedy initially, but then kind of hesitated with what she wanted to do once she was in the lane.
I don't know if maybe they called her, maybe her pivot foot kind of slid a little bit. I couldn't really tell from my angle right here, but this might be the only time that Russellville gets a good clean shot off.
They got it across half court cleanly, and then a trap was set up in the corner, and Jasmine Savage stole it away, then stepped out of bounds.
We'll record that turnover stat, but I won't hold it against her. Good defensive play.
I think
all
she'd
around.
be happy to have the steal plus the turnover.
Probably.
Nearly thrown away up top off the inbound, but it is collected by Mayweather. It was another jump ball. She was fortunate it wasn't Vanessa Ray with her hops out there. Instead, it was Lanaya Brown. She couldn't quite get up to it. It goes into the corner to Kimbrough. Here comes the trap. Down low, Allen. The first time they've gotten it into the post in the quarter, and Allen nearly scores, but it hung up on the front of the rim and fell off. Here comes Lanaya Brown the other way. To Smith, top of the key 3. Bang! Could you tell that I was excited to see Chloe Smith take another 3?
Oh, you were ready, and she definitely delivered.
She nailed it against Glasgow, the dagger in the third quarter. Finished that quarter with 9 of her 17 points. Was the perfect cap on that game as McCoy misses a free throw line jumper long. Smith, Brown couldn't control it off the hand, and that's the second turnover Chloe's had in transition. That one a bit closer, and to be fair, if that one was thrown to LaRisha would have been able to catch it. There is a slight height difference. I don't know if you've noticed this between Lanaya Brown and LaRisha Cawthorn. I know the first initial might make that hard to piece together, but just a slight difference, 8-9 inches. And it's thrown away back to Russellville, 36-4. Those are the conversations we've reached the point of being at with 2:40 left in this opening quarter.
And again, there's just not much movement for Russellville, and I mean these Lady Cats are playing like cornerbacks.
Kimbrough did a good job of splitting the pressure to Mayweather, couldn't make the layup, got her own miss back, stepped out for a corner three. That one rattled out. Those were two clean looks. Neither went in. Brown with the rebound, jump ball to Cawthorn over her head, saves it in on the baseline, and Brown has it up top with 2 minutes exactly to go in the half. And I have to comment on the fact that that pass was nearly thrown out of bounds, and Jermaine Savage said very loudly, "Good pass." Maybe he liked the idea of it.
Maybe, yeah, I think that's what it was.
Smith to Cawthorn, down low to Leah Spencer against McCoy, missed the layup off the right side. It lands in the hands of Majayla Butler down low, and she's fouled on another layup try.
And Majayla Butler active on the boards in this game. That is her third offensive rebound. Really getting those second chance opportunities and, wanting to make these 2 free throws.
That's what she does. 1.7 points per game on the season, 2.6 rebounds per game for the sophomore on a team that, when you look at the rotation of who regularly plays, she is the only underclassman for Franklin Simpson. You've got the junior in Smith, you've got all those seniors, and then you've got young Majayla Butler.
And again, a testament to how well coached this team is. Players knowing what role they play after a Majayla Butler miss. And
second free throw, it's rebounded by McCoy off the miss. She throws it away to Smith, who hits Cawthorn, who scores. Larisha's got 8 in each quarter, 16 points already in this one. 39-4. If it stays this way, that 35-point mark would be a running clock after halftime. And Majayla Butler all over Kimbrough just before she crosses half court, called for the 10 seconds.
I mean, that's just straight dog, straight pressure. I mean, whenever you can create turnovers one-on-one like that, especially as an underclassman, I mean, it shows your future is bright.
Smith has it in the corner, now leaves it on the baseline for Cawthorn. To Spencer, lost it off the first dribble, collects it back, layup misses long. Cawthorn gets it back, her putback no good. Chloe Smith's putback won't go, it's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Cawthorn.
A lot of second chance opportunities, and I guess this is the only thing that will bring down their field goal percentage as Lanaya Brown steals it, goes up with it, and one. I mean, again, what can you say about Lanaya Brown down? What can you say about any of these guards down low?
They get the foul against Taylor. It's her second. It was an and one opportunity. Lanaya.
I guess they called it on the floor.
They did. They waved it off right before the basket. Otherwise, it would have been the fourth and one for Franklin Simpson in the quarter. And so she misses the first free throw. Lanaya now has 3 points as the second one goes through. It's been such an interesting season for her. Last year was top 50 in the state in field goal percentage from all those fast breaks and runouts. Has been asked to have a bit of a different role this year. Larisha and Chloe have been doing so many of those runouts. So many have gone to Vanessa Ray. And it's been challenging for her at times. But this is the time of year as the senior point guard on this team that she's going to have to rise with the rest of the team. And we can say definitively there's going to be a lot of weight on her shoulders come region tournament time as Milo Rigsby in for the first time. We talk about some players off the bench for Franklin Simpson. The junior gets a deflection into us here at our media table. But Lanaya Brown, there's going to be a lot of weight on her shoulders in the region tournament.
Yeah, and I think like you said, kind of coming into her role as something that's a little more newer, a little more nuanced. And, I mean, she has taken that role of distributing the ball. I mean, in this game alone, she has 4 assists already. Yes. She's always active on the boards, very strong player, even with her stature.
Allen gets the inbound, gets away from a double team on the baseline, bumped onto the way to the rim, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. That will give Russellville an opportunity to get their first points of the quarter with 36 seconds remaining before halftime. Allen's first free throw does go, and they break up the shutout as Franklin Simpson had, at that point, 1 starter left on the floor. They were starting to rotate in some different players, and they say now for this final possession, they're going to bring back most of the starters. Ray, Cawthorn, and Savage in with Nolan and Spencer as Allen will have another free throw. Missed it off the right side, but a lane violation is called against Spencer, and Allen will get another try at it. And I'll tell you, TB, why they bring the starters back in there is you want to get another bucket before halftime to force that running clock for the rest of this game as Russellville is trying to slice into that. Allen's second free throw misses, though, and it's still 40-5. 30 seconds to work with before halftime.
And I think they're going to hold it for the last possession.
And Russellville now in a man-to-man defensively. Ray running from side to side, just breaking up the pressure from Taylor. Gets around her on the right wing, kick out Cawthorn. Thought about the three, instead gives it back to Nessa. 9 seconds left in the quarter. 6 seconds left, 5. Ray crosses over, gets around Taylor. Elbow, kick out, Cawthorn for three from the left wing. Rattled off, no good. Was the perfect look. Larisha couldn't knock it down, but she's got 16 points in the first half anyways, and the Lady Cats give up 1 point in the second quarter en route to a 40-5 halftime lead in the opening round of the 13th District Tournament.
Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
This has been what it needed to be, is my full thought.
It's still, surprisingly, still exciting, though. It's been I guess, some of the other blowouts in a way.
Yeah.
I have counted up 24 turnovers in the first half.
I know, once. That's the other thing, too, for them is they've defended the fast breaks well.
Yeah.
And the strategy has been just foul and don't let us score, and it's not a bad strategy. We're just 7 for 13 on our free throws.
35 shots in the first half is crazy. 16 for 35.
What
We're
is,
still 45%.
Do you still have it to where you can pull up like the full district stats on there?
Like of the district play,
Yeah.
Let's see here.
How many rebounds is Majela averaging in district play?
She's averaging
2.9. It's about her.
3, yeah. Well, that's because of the loading people shooting.
Back with you here at Franklin Simpson High School. We're at halftime, 40-5 as the Lady Cat lead over the Russellville Lady Panthers in the opening round of the 13th District Tournament. Franklin Simpson looking to take some momentum into the opening, both into the championship game of this 13th District Tournament, which for the girls will take place on Thursday, but also into the opening round of the 4th Region Tournament. Game that they will punch their ticket to with a win here tonight. See Sampson Hightower down there for the Logan County boys warming up as they're the top seed on the boys' side. They will take on Todd County Central in the second game here tonight. A reminder again, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard it, this is not a doubleheader for the boys of Franklin Simpson. The boys will play tomorrow night against Russellville in the second game of the night, tentatively scheduled to start at 7:30. Could be slightly earlier than that, could be slightly later than that, just depending on what happens with the opening game, the girls matchup between Todd County Central and Logan County. Tyler Eaton and Tavius Babb with you. TB, we said coming in, Lady Cats needed to win this game, and they needed to win it in dominant fashion. Even when you look back at the last two matchups between these two teams, Franklin Simpson won the first one 78-26. It was that dominant type win. When these two teams played last time at Russellville, it was just 65-27, which doesn't seem like a game you would just say just to the final score of, but all we were talking about after the fact was how much better Russellville looked in that game compared to the first time these two teams played. The Lady Cats have shut everything down on the defensive end tonight.
Yeah, I mean, right now, this Lady Cat team defensively has put on a masterclass. They have made Russellville, or the Lady Panthers, commit 24 turnovers in the first half, and 16 of those are due to steals. The rest are due to errant passes, due to pressure, on-ball pressure, double teams, and all sorts of that way. So, I mean, this team right now defensively has really put on something that's really special.
Larisha Cawthorn with 16 points, so you can make it for her career to be 2,016 points. And we'll see with the rebounds. I think you've got her unofficially at 5 so far. We'll see if she plays enough minutes. She's got her double-double streak coming in to defend 5 in a row. We'll see if she's able to hit that mark. Chloe Smith has had 2 in her last 3 games. She might not be able to get to that number. She's got 7 points for Franklin Simpson. Vanessa Ray with 6. That has been the core 3 for the Lady Cats, especially here as of late. And the biggest thing is really the 40 points is a good number for Franklin Simpson. We know that's not great. We know they're capable of scoring more, but that came after only scoring a couple through the first 2 or 3 minutes of this game. After that, they settled back in, and really, TB, what got the offense going was the facilitating of the 2 bigs.
Yeah, it was. They got to their sets and got basically what they wanted past them. I mean, they were able to like I said earlier in the game, they overloaded one side of the court to get the ball to Larisha. They've had Chloe wrap around Larisha, got the ball to Chloe, and then dumped it off to Larisha herself. And, I mean, this team, again, when they play their best when their post players, Larisha or Chloe, are distributing the ball the way they are now.
And the other thing about this game, we talk about past matchups between these two teams. In the home game for Franklin Simpson against Russellville, every player on the bench scored. Every player except for Jasmine Savage in totality scored. Sav made a mid-range jumper to get this thing going, and so she's checked that off. All the starters have scored off the bench. Naja Nolan has 4. Talia Spencer and Majayla Butler have a point apiece. The Lady Cats, TB, are going to have an opportunity to put a run, and again, I don't know where to go back and get these numbers or where to find the information, but it's any time an entire team scores, every single player on the team scores, and you've got, in this case, it would be 15 different players that do it. That's a night for the record books.
Yeah, I mean, again, we may not be able to find that official record, but we will just call it as we see it in this game tonight. I think, again, the team as a whole, players playing their roles to perfection, coming off the bench, doing well. This is what a total team looks like, and this is what a team that's built for region and state play is looking like.
And worth noting, this would even eclipse that last performance because Naja Nolan didn't play the first time around for Franklin Simpson against Russellville, so that was only 14 players, so he got a chance to get all 15 in the scorebook. For Russellville, just to round out our look at the opening half, 3 points for Demaya Allen leads the way with 2 points for Sanaya McCoy. Franklin Simpson on the boys' side will play tomorrow night against Russellville, TB, in a game that has gotten a lot more interesting. The Panthers were at full strength the first time these two teams faced off on the boys' side, and it was a great game here inside the Franklin Simpson gym. The Wildcats ultimately pulling out the win. Then on the road at Russellville, we were thinking, okay, this is the Panthers' time to get their lick back. They were not at full strength, and by that I mean Noah Stovall, their big man, their star big, the 6'4" center. He did not play. We didn't know what his status would be for the rest of the season. Most people were assuming that they would be without him for the rest of the year. He's back for Russellville come tomorrow night, and it certainly changes the dynamic because I've mentioned this several times throughout the season. It's going to continue to be talked about. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night. Franklin Simpson went undefeated in the district last year, came into that game as the top seed in the district, and lost at Russellville in the opening round of the district tournament. And as good as Tutu McCage is, it was really Noah Stovall who made the difference in that game.
Yeah, I mean, he is an impact player, and you know, I was going through the numbers and kind of checking between those two games. The rebound, I don't know, I don't have the official rebounding stats, but I can only chalk this up to Noah Stovall as being the tallest player. The rebounding was even between Franklin and Russellville in that first game, and then I go to check the other game where the Wildcats won with ease, and the rebounding statistics were a staggering 32-23. So we see that when Russellville lost their size, they lost a lot of pressure inside the paint, and we saw players tee off there. Jakai went crazy in that game, shooting 8 for 19 from the field, 21 points. Kind of started off his streak of 20-plus, and having Noah Stovall on the court, again, adds pressure down low in the paint, but also adds rebounding pressure and a second scorer to generate those points that maybe Tutu can't get all by himself.
It's the game that the entire season has built up to for the Wildcats. Again, tomorrow night, it'll get started around 7:30. We'll keep you updated on what that tip-off is actually looking like from Franklin Simpson High School. We'll be on the air shortly before tip. I can't promise that we'll be on the air fully 15 minutes beforehand because of the different broadcast teams that are going to be set up and rotating in and out. We'll have to wait for a spot for us to open up here at Franklin Simpson High School, but we're perfectly okay with doing just that. The Lady Cats, as we get ready to start the second half, lead at 40-5 over Russellville after that second quarter. That was brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches' eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin. You know, it's really tough to come out of a first half like that and try to come up with any kind of keys, any kind of changes, anything in particular you want to see out of a team like Franklin Simpson already leading this game 40-5 up to this point. But I do think for me, TB, the thing that stands out after the way that first half started would be, and you mentioned this as well in the last few games, a strong start to this second half would be a really good way to put a bow on this game.
Yeah, the first couple of minutes really starting off strong offensively is what you would want to really see, and then obviously cutting down on some turnovers that you committed.
Lady Cats start with the senior lineup again. Cawthorn gets it on the right block, goes right into McCoy, and scores immediately. It took 12 seconds to get that bucket. She's got 18, and the Lady Cats lead at 42-5. It's Nolan, Ray, Savage, Brown, 4 guards, and Cawthorn the only forward. Right corner 3, fired up and hit. What a shot from Kimbrough, who just tossed it up over the contest of Cawthorn and hit it. Ray tries to float one up to Larisha, who miraculously gets it on the block. Missed the layup, though. Kimbrough falls down with it and will be called for a travel off the inbound. I don't know how Vanessa got that ball to Risha. She passed it. She was about 8 feet short of half court. There was at least one player in between her and Larisha, and somehow Larisha still got it but couldn't convert.
I mean, you can call her Megatron. She's gone up there over 3 people.
Ray darts this one into Cawthorn on the right block. Give her 20 points.
And again, that's something else that Vanessa Ray, again, underrated passer, 2 assists in the game, but she has always kind of been a stat shoot stuffer and doing the pass as well.
Risha scored at least 17 times now this year as Brown gets a steal, takes it the other way, and the Lady Cats have scored 6 points in a minute and a half, so you can check off the good start.
Check off the good start. No turnover so far, and again, defensive pressure-wise has still been great.
Left side, Boyd gets an open look. That's maybe the only complaint here is they're getting a little bit more room from 3. Cawthorn with the rebound. Returned the favored array of a perfect pass over the top of Vanessa. Couldn't control it. Then knocks it away from behind, and it goes to Lanaya Brown, who collides with Vanessa, keeps her footing, gets it off to Nolan. She loses it down the right wing of the court, and Coach Taylor takes a timeout as she watched 3 of her players bobble the ball down the floor, and I think she'd seen enough of it.
Yeah, I think after all of that, they're like, all right, let's slow this down. Let's get back into control right there. But going back on that, I mean, that was a pretty pass by Larisha. It was right in the breadbasket.
And that one was different from Vanessa's pass to Risha. Risha was posted up and fronting, and that one was an over the shoulder. Yep. Vanessa couldn't quite reel it in. 6:09 left here in the quarter. 46-8, Franklin Simpson leads it in this third quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. Tanner Clark, he's a former athlete at Franklin Simpson. He knows a thing or two about basketball, and more importantly, a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for? Need bookkeeping or payroll done? Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. Still hard to believe we're actually here at the opening round of this 13th district tournament, nearing the end of the 39th season of basketball broadcasts on WFKN. Started back in the 1986-87 season. Of course, James Mooneyhan on the broadcast. As we get back underway, Vanessa Ray drives baseline, got hung up on a reverse try, got her own miss back, and the putback was short. Rebounded by Demaya Allen, who checks in much earlier in the second half than she did in the first half of Russellville. Cawthorn picks off a pass from Boyd. Lady Cats have numbers. Larisha stops on the right wing, and she'll hold things up and set up the offense. But then nobody picks up Jasmine Savage. Her three-pointer misses short. Rebound tipped out, and it goes right back to Sav at the top of the key. Risha wraps up top. Brown tries to come up to the top of the key, slips up, it gets her footing back, and now it goes to Nolan. Right wing Ray looks down low to Cawthorn. Beautiful entry, beautiful catch, and beautiful score. That was great execution.
I mean, that was perfect execution right there. And that was something they struggled with all season long as those injury passes to Larisha, and they've really cleaned it up this game.
Vanessa put that where only Larisha could get it with the extended left hand. Boyd barrels into Brown, but a blocking foul will be called, and Mariah Boyd will take 2 free throws.
Yeah, I think if you're the Lady Panthers, I think you try to get Demaya Allen as much exposure and reps down low with the ball on the block, especially against talented players.
And that's what they did the first time around against Franklin Simpson.
It was. They really maximized her chances down low as the first free throw was missed, but just haven't really gotten to her in most of the game.
Mariah Boyd misses the first free throw. The freshman averaging 5.5 points per game, went 1 for 8 from the stripe when these two teams faced off earlier this month at Russellville. The lefty bends and fires up the second. It misses off the right side, and I don't think it caught the rim. It didn't, so that will automatically send it to Franklin Simpson as Talia Spencer and Sanaya Downey checked in for the Lady Cats. Ray, Cawthorn, and Savage stay on the floor.
And here's the stat for you. In this game, the Lady Panthers have committed more turnovers than shots attempted. That's 26 to 12.
Wow, they've doubled it up. Cawthorn on the baseline, gives to Ray left wing, to Spencer on the right block, looks down low, but then has it stolen away from behind by Boyd. Ray bats it away from her. Loose ball, Downey was diving for it with Boyd, and Sanaya just clubbed it into the baseline. So it's out of bounds to Russellville there. They dove for it at half court, and Sanaya just reached out and kind of smacked it forwards so that nobody for Russellville could get it. As Chloe Smith does check in now, and Larisha Cawthorn comes out. Left corner 3. Ray blocks it. Mayweather tried to fire it over, and Vanessa got a hand on it. Brings it across half court herself as well. Now holds it up on the left wing.
This is very deliberate. They're not really doing any more fast break opportunities in transition. Really trying to run sets.
Ray takes a handoff from Spencer. Had an open layup. Missed it short, but again gets her own rebound. To Downey, who lost it off her hand. Saves it on the sideline. Now gives it to Ray in the corner. Down low, Chloe Smith is wide open. Another great find from Vanessa Ray.
That's Vanessa's 4th assist, and 2 has come in this quarter. She has done a great job of looking and finding the open woman.
She's having another one of those stat sheet stuffer nights that we've gotten used to seeing from her. And it's now 50-8 Franklin Simpson. Boyd up top, Ray on her. Tries to throw it to Kimbrough, but threw it over her head. She thought Kimbrough had stayed in the corner, but she had wrapped out to the wing, and it goes out of bounds. And the other difference, and this was a quick difference in this game, but Russellville came out with so much energy and some swagger to start this, but Franklin Simpson slammed the brakes on that about halfway through the first quarter, and they've been a completely different team since then.
And you could say that's kind of like the adrenaline of, hey, this is win or go home kind of mentality, and whenever you start getting dominated like the way Franklin has, it's really hard to keep that mentality.
Smith drives, leaves for Downey, caught on the right elbow, gives to Ray. Fakes a left elbow jumper, steps in at the free throw line, pushed it long, gets another rebound off a tip. Then it's deflected away and stolen. Taylor to Mayweather. Ray doesn't choose to try to chase her down. I thought she was going to turn on the Jets and see if she could catch up to her. Seems like she's a little tired up at this point. Mayweather able to make the layup with 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. It's now 50-10 Franklin Simpson.
And the Lady Panthers' best quarter so far.
As Kimbrough deflects a pass out of bounds into the hands of Jermaine Savage, who had the hands up, head down, didn't like what he's seeing. As Butler will inbound now in front of him.
And again, I think we're going to look to, for the rest of the game, a lot of more half-court sets, ran plays, working on executing plays well.
Smith has it top of the key, looks both ways, now gives it up on the right elbow. Downey drives from there, had the shot blocked by Allen, fighting to get it back on the baseline and knocks it out of bounds. Couldn't tell at first if it was off her or Kimbrough, but they say it's off of Sanaya. They're trying to get her that bucket here on senior night.
They definitely are, and I think they're going to try to run another set for her.
I don't think they'll give up on it until she puts one in. Left side, long jumper fired up from Boyd. It's pushed long, and Butler gets the rebound. Vanessa walks it across with 1.5 minutes left in the quarter. Downey on the right wing, left-handed dribble, beautiful find to Ray on the left block, layup was missed long. Vanessa rips the rebound away and out of frustration walks it back to the three-point line. She can't believe it. Spencer, another perfect pass to Smith, and this time the layup goes. Chloe's into double figures with 11. That's twice now. Russellville's just lost her, and between Smith and Ray, we've seen perfect passes.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen so many great passes down low from all these Lady Cat players, and the assists keep on racking up for all these players as a team collectively.
It'll be interesting to see after the game of all the shots the Lady Cats have made as Taylor tries to throw it over to Kimbrough, and it goes off of her foot and out of bounds. Out of all the shots Franklin Simpson has made, how many of them have been assisted in this game? We'll wait until the end and we can tally it all up. As Ray will walk it across half court, 35 seconds left to go in the quarter. The Lady Cats leading at 52-10 here on this de facto senior night, as well as district tournament opener. Downey drives in from the left side, fires it up, fading across the lane, missed it short. Boyd saves in the rebound, and it's collected by Taylor. Could have let it go out of bounds. Instead, saves it, gives her team a fast break opportunity, and Mayweather can't take advantage with the left block layup, and Downey comes up with a loose ball with 12 seconds left on the clock. Ray sprints across half court, hesitates, gets inside, lost it on the way in, and Russellville's got a chance to heave one up before the horn. Boyd, 2 seconds, 1 second, never saw the clock, and the horn will sound. Lady Cats not quite as explosive of an offensive quarter, but that's because they exerted their will in the first minute and a half, scored 6 points to put this game on ice. It's 52-10 as we head into the final frame from Franklin Simpson High School. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do a minute.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
(52-10) our score here at Franklin Simpson High School. A 42-point lead for Franklin Simpson to start the fourth quarter. It's a running clock the rest of the way, and the Lady Cats have emptied out their bench. Majayla Butler tips a pass. What other way to start the quarter, and gets a steal. Jayla left side takes it all the way to the rim herself. Left-handed layup misses long. Offensive rebound, though, is collected by Abby Riley. In for the Lady Cats, making her 17th appearance of the season. Gives it over to McKenzie. She's also in for the 7th time. Taylor hands to Butler, gets it right back. Now fires it over to the right side. Mila Rigsby in for the 2nd time tonight. Looking down low to Carmen Phillips. Pass deflected and knocked out of bounds by Allen.
And you know, on that first possession for the Lady Panthers, they ran a beautiful pick and roll and had DeMaio wide open down low.
Butler's open off the inbound initially, but then Allen recovers to block the shot. Here comes Mayweather the other way, guarded by Riley. Riley gets a bump, and Mayweather is fouled, trying a fadeaway, so she'll get 2 free throws.
You know, to go back to the stat that I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the third quarter, right now, turnover to field goal attempts-wise, 30-15.
Wow.
And I mean, again, Franklin has just done an amazing job as the first free throw goes in. Franklin has done an amazing job defensively with 20 steals in this game.
The least points ever given up by a head coach Ashley Taylor Lady Cat team is 14. Russellville right now at 11. As the second free throw misses, Majayla Butler rips the rebound away, gets it up to Mackenzie Taylor, who was able to jump up and catch the pass. He gives it to Riley, gets it back, left corner 3, missed short. Butler with an offensive rebound, tries to wrap it around to Phillips, lost it off her knee. Then the pass out to Riley is picked off by Boyd. 6.5 minutes left to go, 52-11. Boyd, spin move at the top, sends it out to the left side. Mayweather fakes a three, now steps back in the corner and fires all the way around and out. Rebounded again by Majayla Butler.
She's racking up those rebounds, 7 rebounds in the game from Majayla Butler.
She knew I asked about those earlier and decided she needed to inflate those numbers a little bit. She gives it to Mackenzie Taylor. Franklin's best percentage three-point shooter on the season. Back to Butler, stuck on the baseline. Nice find to Riley. She lost it, leaves it for Phillips. Outside, Rigsby steps into a three. Short from the top of the key and out of bounds to Russellville.
Something that I did enjoy watching on that play, even though it didn't turn into points, is that throughout the ball movement, there was always somebody cutting, which caused somebody to be open. And that's what culminated in, you're not going to make every three you take. And, it's not – you look for 40% on the season for a team. But and that play was set up by great ball passing.
Phillips comes out. Madeline Dean in for the first time for the Lady Cats. Another pass picked off. Here comes Rigsby the other way. Shovels it to Riley. Lost it on the block. Trying to fire it up anyways. No good. And right now the issue just good passes, but they're being juggled on the catch. So the Lady Cats not able to take advantage. Slowly my dreams of all 15 players scoring dwindling away. With each second that drains off this clock as we tick towards 5 minutes left to go. Down low, Allen, one-on-one with Dean. Works to the right block, takes the contact, can't score it, but will head to the line for 2 free throws. And that was just bully ball that time from Demaya Allen. Just 3 points so far, averaging 8 points and 8 rebounds per game on the year. Leads them in both categories and really has not been very involved outside of a couple of set plays to get her an isolation post up here in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, whenever, again, like I said before, when she gets the ball down low, she has great instincts down low in the paint. We saw, a couple of times throughout the game, throughout the last couple of games where when she has the ball on the outside, she might not have the best shot selection, but we know that when she gets the ball down low, she can make a lot of stuff happen, and she just really hadn't had the opportunity to do so.
Misses the first free throw. We'll have another, and it misses as well. Coming off an 11-point, 14-rebound double-double in their latest loss to Ohio County. Majayla Butler right down the middle of the floor, not picked up until she gets to the basket. She's bumped, scores it anyways, and gets her and one.
Coast to coast for Majayla Butler, and I know she is so excited to finally get on the board in that kind of way. A lot of passion for Majayla Butler.
She's been fouled over and over again. She's taken 4 free throws already. She'll have this one to try to complete the 3-point play as Becca Luttrell comes in. Mila Rigsby out if Majayla makes the free throw. Carmen Phillips will come in for her as Russellville now with 4:38 left. Looks like they'll empty their bench at the next dead ball as well, but the free throw misses, so we'll have to wait to get there in a 54-11 ball game. 4.5 minutes left to go. Boyd, left side, drives into Riley, kicks it out into the left corner. Taylor thought about a three instead now, checks her options. Goes to Kimbrough, who lost it off the leg, was well pressured by Mackenzie Taylor. Recovers it deep in the corner, lost it again because of Luttrell. She's double teamed, and then finally we get the 5-second closely guarded. Franklin Simpson was all over her there in the far corner. So now Phillips will get to come in for Majayla Butler.
She's all smiles too. I mean, she was.
She should be after that transition take.
Cheesing from ear to ear. And again, now we see the bench players of Franklin Simpson coming up, and love to see some good production from them in the last 3.5 minutes.
Riley tries to cross the elbow, nearly had it taken away, gets it back, fires to Luttrell. Her three-pointer misses, and the rebound is chased down in the far corner by Wilson for Russellville. Really surprised we haven't seen more of her here tonight and really over the course of the season for the Lady Panthers. As I say that, she gets to the top of the key and drags the pivot foot and walks with it. She's just an 8th grader averaging 4 points, 4.5 rebounds per game. Had really impressive showings against Franklin Simpson last year, but has been a little overshadowed with the emergence of Allen as the clear star post player for this Russellville team. Left side, Luttrell sends it into the corner to Mackenzie Taylor. Guarded loosely by McCoy, now to Riley. 3 minutes left to go. Riley back to Taylor in the corner, looking down low. Phillips posted against McCoy, tries to go up with it with the right hand, and McCoy got a piece of it. Rebounded by Wilson.
Good stay-at-home defense by the Lady Panthers.
Kamira Hampton brings it up in for the first time for Russellville, being guarded by Riley. Pulls it back to half court, and she's called for a 5-second closely guarded. Abby didn't give her any space at all.
And I want to say that we've seen about 5 of those in this game called. and then a couple of backcourt violations.
And Coach Taylor was yelling during that quick break to a certain Mackenzie Taylor, get ready to shoot the ball. As we tick under 2:20 left. Her dad over on the far sideline laughing about it. He saw it. As Riley sends it to Mackenzie Taylor in the left corner. Passes it to Luttrell. Now it goes up to Riley. Checks both ways. Back to Luttrell. Fakes the pass into the corner. Fires up a three. That one pushed long again, and it's rebounded underneath by Denasia Kennedy. Kennedy at half court, picked up immediately by Riley. Boy, she's pressuring everybody. Right side drive. Hampton gets inside. Stuck. Gets away with a travel. Sends it out to the right corner. Three-pointer misses short. Rebound tipped around. Up with it is Riley. She's got a free fast break all the way to the right block and scores.
And on that defensive possession, just great communication by Franklin Simpson. At first had, wide open was the player coming downhill, but then kind of found their bearings, and good switching caused the matchup to end that way.
Hampton tries to get inside again. It's knocked away by Phillips, who comes up with a steal as well. To Luttrell, now off to Riley. Fires it cross court. Mackenzie Taylor open in the left corner. Puts it on the floor for a drive. Pulls up from 7 feet and makes the bunny jumper.
And that was a good instinct right there. I mean, I would have assumed that she was going to pull it no matter what.
Correct.
But a great job noticing the closing out player and then driving in and shooting the little push shot.
58-11 the score. The Lady Cats have a chance to close this out. Left side three is off the heel. Phillips juggles the rebound, then collects it to Riley. Up ahead, Madeline Dean is ahead of everyone for a moment. Bumped from behind by Wilson. They don't call it, and she scores anyways. Now the benches come to life.
Just a great overall showing by this Lady Cat team.
60-11, Franklin Simpson hitting the 60-point mark for the 12th time this season. They've won all 12 of those games, as Riley is called for a bump up top with 18.2 seconds left on the clock.
And didn't you say that the season low for an opponent, or our defensive was 14
Not just
points?
the season low, the low for anybody against Franklin Simpson. Under head coach Ashley Taylor as Nay Hayes fires one up from the right side, missed it, and we get a foul underneath against Phillips contesting on the putback try. And they're going to let this clock run. Are they going to give the free throws? No. It looked like a shooting foul. The officials walk off. The clock runs out. And with that, the game is over. It wouldn't have threatened the record, although we tried to put the broadcast jinx on it.
We did.
The Lady Cats, with the most dominant defensive performance that they have had in the career of Ashley Taylor. We had seen in the past 3 different situations where teams have been held to 14 points. Tonight, Russellville only gets to 11, and the Lady Cats win 60-11 to advance to the district championship game and punch their ticket to the region tournament inside Diddle Arena. 62-11 the final score. Franklin Simpson's winners over Russellville Hill tonight. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you the final numbers from this one, chat with Coach Taylor, and pick out our player of the game as always. Again, Lady Cats winners 62-11 here on 92.3 WFKN. Just do a minute here, and then we're going to go ahead and do the Ashley interview.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Shoot that. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the